Welcome to a new episode of PCN Life, where we take deeper looks into what makes up life here on the South Shore. Tonight we have the next installment of Grace from the Grace Trail author Ann Jolis.
We also have a young musician from Pembroke on set for an interview and a song as he embarks on his next step at Berklee College of Music in Boston.
First up is Plymouth Rock Kitchens for our Design Corner segment as we learn more about palette choices in designing a kitchen.
Hi, this is Idan Dayan from Plymouth Rock Kitchens. I'm here with PCN's Design Corner to talk to you about successful color palettes when designing your kitchen. So when we look to design a kitchen, we're really looking at three different types of color palettes that you would use to define a look. Let's take a look at the first example. So here's our first palette. This is a monochromatic, low contrast collection of materials, starting with our warm floor, our warm gray, and contrasting white countertop with an accent of a gray backsplash. Altogether, these are materials that look subtly different, but are all pretty much following the same color palette. Now we'll move on to our next palette, the mid-tone palette. So here we have our mid-tone color palette. We're starting off with a white kitchen, sort of like the monochromatic version, but we're adding an island that is contrast, that is a little bit different. So that broadens the color palette, and I've added an interesting countertop and backsplash, all sitting on an interesting mid-tone wood floor, which gives us this mid-tone, interesting, but not over-the-top palette. Next, we'll go to the extreme, the bold, the high contrast kitchen. So here we have the extreme, the high contrast, the bold color. Now I haven't picked a red, I've picked a blue, but still it's a strong color. You can see that there's a dark floor. So the dark floor against the bold blue, and I've got some white here that has some blue in there as well, and then a colorful blue backsplash. Because the colors are a little bit more vibrant, this is something that you would do because you would love blue. It's not for everyone, but it might be perfect for you. So those are the different types of color palettes that we would use in the kitchen, based of course on you, what you love, what you would want for yourself. This is Idan Dayan with Plymouth Rock Kitchens for PCN's Design Corner. Thanks for watching.
We are so pleased to bring back on set with us here at PCN Life, author, life coach, and creator of the Grace Trail, Ann Jolis. Welcome back, Ann.
Great to be here.
This is the third time we've had you back.
That's right.
Now, for those of you, the people out there who might not have seen the first two episodes, just explain what is the Grace Trail.
Okay. The Grace Trail is an actual trail that people can walk in Plymouth. It's an inspirational trail that I created when my son was in Afghanistan. It starts in Nelson Park. It's free. There's no, nothing. You just show up and start walking. And I've placed beautiful beach stones along the most beautiful trail in the world. And the stones have the 5 words of grace on it.
Okay.
And the 5 words are gratitude.
Yep.
So there's a stone that says gratitude. What are you grateful for?
Right.
And then R would be release. Yeah. What do I need to release or let go of? You ask that question, and people frequently stop at the beach and they throw rocks in the water on that step to feel the energy of letting go. Go back up, and you ask the question that we're here to talk about today, which is A for acceptance. And so there's a stone that says accept, and what's calling out for acceptance in your life. And you round the bend away from the harbor, back on the bike path back towards Nelson Park, and you'll see the challenge stone
Right.
that says, how would I like to challenge myself?
Right.
And you walk down, and then you find E, which is the last letter in Grace, and it's for embrace.
Okay.
What can I embrace as possible in my life?
Okay. So the whole purpose of the Grace Trail
Yes.
is to almost help center ourselves
Absolutely.
into whatever's going on in our lives.
Right.
Whether it's our personal lives or
Right.
the world or the environment or our family or our jobs, it's the ability to walk this trail, see life as it is, and be able to do things that help you better yourself
Right.
in this life.
That's exactly right. It's
Okay.
a simple conversation
Yeah.
that invites people in to talk about hope and
Right.
possibility.
Right.
And in this crazy world,
Right.
what conversation do we need more than a conversation about hope and possibility?
Exactly.
Yes.
Now you started this in Plymouth.
Yes,
we
I
have
did.
we have a physical Grace
Yep,
Trail in Plymouth.
yep.
But you have an idea. You have a concept. You have a goal. Talk about that.
Yeah, my mission in 2018 is to bring Grace Trail out to the world.
Okay.
I'd like to have 50 trails in 50 states, 20 trails in 20 countries. Wow. Yes, I already have my first person from Cairo, Egypt. She reached out to me. She had read my book, and this is a young working mother who works in a bank in human resources. And she wanted to bring Grace Trail both into the bank, and she's also a life coach. She had trained as a life coach in the States. So we may soon have our first trail in the Middle East.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. How
What
cool
a
is that?
concept. What a really
Yes.
cool concept.
It's
And they
so
have such
cool.
a different world than we do. They have such a different
Oh,
life
yeah.
than we do.
And she's broken all the stereotypes for me because she's just this wonderfully vibrant young working mom, just like in the States, and that's not what we hear about.
That's right.
And here she is saying, you know, this is a language that we all need to be speaking all over the world.
Right.
Is the language of Grace Trail, because it's not about religion. It's
No,
not
no,
about
no.
gender
Right,
or
right,
age
right,
or
right. It's universal.
It's universal.
It's universal. And the your subtitle for your book is Finding Your Footing and Move Forward the Life You Were Meant to Live.
Right.
Move toward the life
Move
you were meant
towards the life you were meant to live.
And
That's right.
anyone can do that anywhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't have to come to Plymouth
Right.
to walk the Grace Trail. My goal is to make it accessible to people first all over the country
Right.
and then all over the world, because I just can't think of a conversation that's more worth having than sitting down with someone who you really care about
Right.
and walking through the 5 questions.
Right.
Because they're questions. They're
Right.
not telling you how to think, how to
Nope.
feel, what
Right.
you should be doing.
Yep.
They're basically saying, meeting you right where you are in your life and saying, you know, all this stuff happened, like where to from here? How do
Right.
we go forward?
Right.
And
Now you
yeah.
have someone, kids locally in Hanover.
yes, yes.
Talk about that.
Yeah, I had 2 students from the Hanover High School reach out to me as their senior project. They wanted to put a Grace Trail behind Hanover High.
What a great idea.
A great idea. And so they worked with me, and they went back to the school. They handled the whole thing themselves. They were totally the leaders in this project. And they basically built a Grace Trail that connects the high school to the middle school.
Right.
It was
Just
there-
through the woods.
Through the woods.
I went to Hanover High School. and
Right,
Hanover Middle
okay,
School.
that's
Yep.
right, right
Yep.
through the woods. And they did a beautiful job. They went into the 7th and 8th grade art classes, and they brought beach stones, and the kids decorated them and
Yeah.
wrote inspirational messages. And she collected they both collected hundreds of stones with the big granite stones
Right.
with the questions, and they put them throughout the woods.
Yep.
And teachers walk it, the
Sure.
administration walks it, the students walk it, and the community walks it.
And what a good idea for kids these days, because
Oh,
they
yeah.
are bombarded with so many things
Right.
that are confusing to them.
They sure are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about the third aspect of the Grace Trail, which is acceptance.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
How do you define that?
Acceptance is having the perspective of the thought that life's unfolding exactly as it's meant to unfold. That's acceptance.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to like it.
Right.
Doesn't mean you don't have choices,
Right.
and it doesn't mean you're powerless.
It
you
is
can
what it
take
is.
action. It is what
What
it
it
is.
is,
You see,
but-
it's the clear seeing energy
Yeah.
of seeing exactly what it is. And the wonderful part about this step is you can stop fighting battles that you cannot win.
Right.
That's what acceptance is.
Right.
But it's not, the question is, what's calling out for acceptance in my life? And you may not be ready to accept it,
Right.
whatever it is in your life.
And it can be more than one thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I would say
yeah.
it could be more than one thing, yes.
Last time you talked about asking the question, what do I have control over and what,
Yes.
in release,
That's
what do I have
right.
control over, what do I not have any
That's
control
right.
over? So this is kind of the next step towards
It
that,
is.
is you understand, okay, I don't have any control over that particular thing,
Right.
but how am I going to react to it? How
Yeah.
am I going to
Be with it.
respond to it?
How am I
going to
just be with it?
Exactly.
Right. And, you know, when I was younger, I thought there were people who had the perfect life and the perfect
Yeah.
family. And as I get older, I realize no one's immune.
Right.
We're all trying to find our footing in
Yep.
this really crazy world.
Yep.
And as you ask, you know, we're on the third step of the Grace Trail now, and gratitude sets you up beautifully by finding what's going right in your life and what's strong and true.
Right.
And then you sort of push things out of the way with release.
Yep.
And then you've got a little pile of what's calling out for acceptance in your life.
Right.
And, you know, the first step of acceptance is to just see that it's there. And
it's
you don't deny
empowering.
it.
Acceptance
Yes.
is empowering.
Oh, it's yeah.
just when you finally say, okay, I can't do anything about this, but I can do something about how I react to this, or
That's
how
exactly
I respond
right.
to this, or
That's
if I'm
exactly
going to
right.
let this control me or rent any space in my head, or however
Right.
way you want to
Right.
put it.
Right.
Acceptance is really, really empowering yourself.
It is.
Right?
It is, because you sort of put the battle down. It's like it is what it is. But then you have choice about how you want to be with it. But you can only do that if you're not reacting and
Right.
emotional. You know, it's very interesting. I work with I hear from people like, say, grief counselors,
Right.
coaches who are working with people with loss and transition, and they say that overall, having the R for release first helps people to let go. And then once you let go of things that aren't in your control, you can then turn your attention to, and what do you need to accept here?
Right.
So it's a nice flow to the steps. Does that make sense?
Oh, it absolutely makes sense. Now, when I read your book, I
Yes.
realized that I could envision actually walking this trail, physically
Yes.
walking the trail. But you can also walk the trail in your head and in
Oh,
your
yeah.
heart.
Oh, yeah.
You don't literally have to go
No.
to a place.
No.
It probably makes it more meaningful, and it's something that it's tangible, and you can remember the sights and the smells and the sounds. But you don't have to actually go to a Grace Trail
No, you
to
don't.
experience the
No.
Grace Trail.
No, I call it the virtual trail,
Right.
meaning you can just ask the questions to yourself anywhere. People have, you know, I do little grace stones
I
or
love these little
whatever.
stones.
Yeah, yeah.
And you actually hand paint these words.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so it's just the 5 words of grace, and people put them in their cubicle at work.
Yep.
They'll put the stones around. I know people who put them right on their computer screen, and
Yeah.
throughout the day they'll reorient themselves just by asking the questions. No one knows that they're asking them.
Yeah.
But people are using it in groups. You just have to ask the 5 questions anywhere,
Anywhere you
anytime,
go.
with anyone.
Right.
And you've begun the Grace Trail.
Excellent. And we're actually out of time, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. 10 minutes like with you goes like that. So just tell me one more time what the GRACE stands for.
GRACE stands for gratitude,
Gratitude.
release, accept, challenge, and embrace.
Okay, and next time you're back, we'll talk about challenge.
That's right.
Okay, and 50 trails in 50
50
states and 20 trails in 20 countries.
in
We will-
2018.
And we'll see how you do with that.
That sounds great.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. We now toss it over to Maureen Bates, who has brought a young musician from Pembroke to the set, who will start us off with a song.
Hey, my name's Max Vignant, and this song's called Wannabe. Listen, I don't ever wanna be just another wannabe. I could never bet a fake for my own sake. I think about the world this way, it's just a part of me. Cause I could never bear to be just another wannabe. Where will I stay at the end of the day? And where will will I go when nowhere is home? Where will I stay at the end of the day? Where will I go? Nobody knows that I sit alone in my mind, where I'm prone to find. What I'm saying is I don't ever wanna be just another wannabe. I don't ever wanna be just another wannabe. Check it, I don't ever wanna be just another wannabe, 'cause I can never better be just another wannabe. Where will I stay at the end of the day? And where will I go when nowhere is home? Where will I stay at the end of the day? Where will I go? Nobody knows.
Welcome back to another edition of Arts and Entertainment, live performances in studio. I am Maureen Bates, and tonight we are really lucky to have on set Max Vignon. Hi, how are you?
Hey, nice to meet you.
So you are 18, you're going off into the world. We first heard of you from the Artist Spotlight on Titan TV. We were really excited about it. Our colleague Max over in the education department said, you got to have this kid on. So here you are. Really exciting stuff. It's nice you have that alternative vibe. Tell me, how do you describe yourself as a musician? What are you all about?
So my main focus right now is not acoustic, but it's been great to come here and do that. I'm in a band called Can't Hang. We're all Pembroke kids. My friend Christian from Duxbury. We've just been pretty much just getting out and playing as much as we can. I mean, we all love to perform, so
It's great.
that's honestly probably my favorite part of being a musician, getting out, being able to perform and see the kids react and go
Yeah.
crazy and whatnot. That's always
It's always a
probably
good
the
feeling.
best part. Oh
It's a
yeah,
good
for
feeling. So you're a Pembroke kid. You went to Pembroke High, and you went through Pembroke High's music program, which we've reported on several times. It's just a stellar, stellar program. What was your experience like with the program?
It was a very strong experience. They cared on a deeper level. They would make us have scale tests and whatnot and actually make sure we were learning it. Like learning our instruments, not just being able to play the song. There's a lot of different levels there, so
Yeah.
even if you're someone who isn't as strong, you can still be a part of it. And then for those kids that really want to excel, they can try out for the wind ensemble and be a part of that. That's what I was a part of, and that definitely helped me so much with my musicianship in terms of being able to read sheet music and
Yeah.
all the not so fun creative parts of music, but you got to do them and they're important. So that really just helped me buckle down and learn that stuff that I wouldn't have been
Yeah.
able to learn if I didn't have it in that structured setting.
Did you have a great experience with any particular teacher?
Yeah, Austin Glass was awesome.
Yeah, Austin Glass. We've interviewed him before. Austin Glass.
I'll never miss his, I'll always miss his funny smile. He's a great guy.
Yeah, it's great to hear. So, you're 18, you just graduated. Of course, this is a big transitional time in your life. What are you doing next?
So in, I think, 8 days, I will be leaving for Berklee School of Music to start.
Awesome.
I'm trying to major in contemporary composition and production. So it's a split major between, it's a really good experience writing for orchestras and like full ensembles, not just,
Yeah.
you start out with smaller band stuff, work your way up. So like writing for a rock band I'll start out with, and then writing for a big band with horns and brass, and then an orchestra is like the
That's great.
final thing. And aside from the composition aspect of it, there's also in the studio, like with the technical side of things, with the equipment and like recording and producing and mixing and mastering.
That's awesome. Well, I can hear in your voice, it's really where your passion is. It sounds like you found your path. So thank you so much for being on and sharing your talent and your songs. And we can't wait to possibly have you back. And thank you so much for coming on.
Sweet, thank you so much.
I'm Max Vignot, and this song's called Roll On. This goes out to Austin LeClaire. Until you get where you're going. The city kept us moving landmarks, set ourselves in motion. Wake up, never walk again. Been this way since the age of 10, with every reason to hate your hand. Unfolded card still stands. Hold on tight. I'm screaming, don't lose sight. I'm pleading, roll on, roll on. Dreading when they take you away from me. Dropped on the ground, a broken leg. The only option is to tread the way of dirt and clay. It took all four to carry you up top the peak. The sun set down on just us three. The late night talk that we did speak, I thought about for weeks and weeks. Hold on tight, I'm screaming, don't lose sight. I'm pleading, roll on, roll on. Dreading when they take you away from me. Wake up, never walk again. Been this way since the age of 10, with every reason to hate your hand. Unfolded card still stands. Hold on tight. I'm screaming, don't lose sight. I'm pleading, roll on, roll on. Dreading when they take you away from me, 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 from me.
We hope you enjoyed the show. You can find PCN Life on YouTube and Instagram, or check out all of our episodes at PACTV.org.
We'll see you in 2 weeks with a new PCN Life.